obviously his weak spot's his head, but it's not exactly the easiest spot to hit.
Grab on! Hurry! How is it out there?
Fiends are everywhere!
The Statue of Liberty. That's the source of all this. There's a powerful fiend there. Be careful!
Thank God. Yes, I was not to say, thank you. Before I was interrupted, they teach me the ways of the ninja. Unfortunately, their information is all wrong. Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang. Large different swords, they loaded as a pair. We're gonna equip those and see how those go. Falling Flowers, Mahaya Blade, Double Lightning Strike. What other treasures are there for here? Hebrew mythology, the book of Genesis. In the beginning, a great inconsistency flowed out into the nothing, a nothing that was afraid of its own nothingness, a pure terror without color, without sound, without smell. It formed the root of all deification. Eventually it coalesced into the shape of the first deity, Gurdu. Gurdu gave birth to all elements and provided them with the order and function. In a remote area of space from where Gurdu provided order, there existed a territory of the chaos formed from elements without shape. This chaos, which had been forgotten during the blessings of Gurdu, existed at first as only an instinctual fear, but eventually the chaos began to take shape and a consciousness was formed within it. At first this was just a small, envious presence, but eventually it grew and became clear. This marked the appearance of the hatred. The chaotic nature of the hatred further evolved it, bringing it to the level of a deity. Thus the ancestor of all archfiends, Igor, came into being, and the first conflict was set in motion. The Book of Evil Deities. The ancestor of all archfiends, Vigor, began to devour the territory of Gurdu, beginning at its center. During endless solar and lunar eclipses, the earth shook and split. The seas dried up only to flood into existence again, and intense winds swept over everything, and fires burned down all of existence, ignoring even the concept of time itself. Eventually, Gurdu lost his strength, and the world once again plunged into the chaos from which it had come. Then a great change occurred. During the throes of the unending destruction, the body of Gurdu himself split into fourths. Each part became a deity itself, controlling sentiment, wisdom, immorality, and creation. Eventually they would come together to restore shape to the world again, but in their panic-stricken state after their birth, they still had little power. Wow, this is a lot of shit. The Book of Dragons. In this age of panic, the serpent, deity of creation, was the only one of the deities who managed to keep some semblance of sanity. The serpent gave birth to a tiny presence, something that no other being would even notice, the seeds of life. These seeds managed to take hold and grow in a storm of chaos. and ever so slightly began to evolve, eventually becoming 13 dragons, whose destinies would be found in battle. The dragons waged an endless battle against Vigor, who never ceased in his attempts to bring the world under chaos and hatred. Eventually the dragons were able to banish Vigor to the very ends of the world. However, it was at this time that the youngest and most in position of the dragons, the Dark Dragon, summoned the hatred with its feelings of inferiority. Due to his betrayal, Vigor was able to keep from being completely destroyed. The Book of Fiends. The Dark Dragon, now full of evil intent, joined with Vigor and his spawn of evil deities to further capture the territory of Gerudo. This conflict continued throughout the eons of history, and during its struggle, the first spark of human life appeared in the form of the ancient tribes. Of course, old conflicts never cease, and even in the age of ancient tribes, the dragon lineage and archfiends continued their battle for tens of thousands of generations. A struggle that finally ended when the members of the dragon lineage were able to seal away the archfiends and their spawn. However, in that age of chaos, all the bloodlines of the ancient tribes were mixed, and the form and nature of ancients have been carried on by us, the Phoenix. The Book of the Future. The land that the archfiend Vigor once held as his final territory has become the land of Vigor. The treachery of the Dark Dragon also occurred here, and this was where the ancient tribes lived. That is why the descendants, we fiends, have taken over control of these lands. With this land as a barrier, the power of Vigor is limited only to this earth.